Okay, today we're going to look at division with two-digit divisors, and we're going to try and do this division with our base 10 blocks. How can you use base 10 blocks to model and understand division of whole numbers? There are 156 students in the Carville Middle School chorus. You know what a chorus is? It's a big group of people that sing. The music director wants the students to stand with 12 students in each row for the next concert. How many rows will there be? So what are we dividing?
66.
Divided by 12. Okay? So it says use base 10 blocks to model 156. So I want you to go ahead and get out 156 in your base 10 blocks. If you're listening to the recording, stop it and do that. Okay, so you should have the place values, hundreds, tens, ones. I have a 100 block, 5 tens, and 6 ones. Place 2 tens below the hundreds to form a rectangle. How many groups of 12 does the rectangle show? Why are we placing 2 of these below this? To make each of these columns 12, right? So this is a column of 12, this is a column of 12, 12, 12, all the way across till we get over here. They're all columns of 12. Okay? Now, how many groups of 12 does this rectangle show? What do we know about this base 10 block, this 100 block? How many rows are in it? 10. So how many groups of 12 do we have? 10 groups of 12. Okay, so on your line you're going to write 10 groups of 12. Then there's another question. It says how much of the dividend is not shown in this rectangle? So what do we have over here? 36. So we're going to put 36 here. So 10 groups of 12, and then it asks how many is not shown, and that's this part over here, which is 36. Then we're going to go to C. Now notice that they have turned these this way. Please turn your tens this way so that they're horizontal instead of vertical. Just the 3 that you have extra. Just the 3 that you have extra. Okay, now on C it says combine the remaining tens and ones into as many groups of 12 as possible. So we know that this is a group of 10. They're not going to let me move it. So what you need to do is take your ones and put them over here. So I'm just going to draw, hopefully, I'm going to draw a little 1 right there. I'm going to cross it out over here. You can just move yours. So now do I have a group of 12 here? Yes. So I'm going to draw 2 more on this one, and that gives me another group of 12. And it leaves me 2 to put on the end of that. So now you should have your 100 block with 2 10 sticks laying under it so that you have 10 groups of 12. Then you should have your 3 10 sticks with 2 ones under each of those to make groups of 12. So how many groups of 12 can be made from the remaining 10? So they're talking about this. How many groups of 12 did we make? 3 groups of 12.
Is that one C?
That is C. Okay. I think next is going to be D. I wrote all over it, but place these groups of 12 on the right side of the rectangle to make a larger rectangle. So you're going to take your blocks and you're going to move them over here. So I'll go back to the one I think I can manipulate. Except for I can't turn these.
So just put those vertically.
So that what they want you to do is to snug them up right here next to this. Your 3 groups of 10 and your other little ones. And they want you to move these up so they're touching. So that you just have one rectangle all together. So it kind of makes an array, a what by what array. How many across are there? 13 groups of, how far down? 12. Okay. So the final rectangle shows how many groups of 12. Count across. How many? 10, 11, 12, 13 groups of 12. So there will be 13 rows of 12 students. That was kind of complicated. Okay, now we're going to talk about the bottom. They don't give that to me on my thing, so I'm going to go to a blank page. And the first question is explain why you still need to make groups of 12 after step B. So when you had your 3 groups of 12, why did you need to take your leftovers and make groups of 12?
That's how much. So
you had to cover all the people, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is on the draw the conclusion number 1 at the bottom of page 69. It says, why do you still need to make groups of 12 after step B? How many did we have left after we made our original 10 groups of 12? We had 36 left, right?
Yeah.
So the divisor of 12 and the value of the remaining blocks, which was 36, so 36 is greater than 12. So we had to continue pulling out groups of 12, right? Okay. Okay, then number 2 says, describe how you can use base 10 blocks to find the quotient of 176 by 16. What's the first step we're going to do? We're going to get out 176 base 10 blocks, right? Okay, we're just got to describe it. Then what are we going to do? What are we dividing by? 16. So we're going to put how many 10 sticks under our hundreds block to make 16 down?
1 and
To make 16 down?
1.
6. Okay? And then what are we going to do with what we have left over? We're going to see if we can divide it still by 16, right? If there are more 16s in there or not. Okay, I'm going to type up this in Word. Okay, so you're going to use the 100 block and 6 tens to make a rectangle. So it would look something like this with our 100 block and 6 tens under. And then we're going to combine the remaining 6 tens and 1s into groups of 16. So I have 6 more 10s that I'm going to put here, right? Is there 6 more 10s or not? No. There's only 1 more 10, right? And then my 6 1s. So that I have that rectangle. That is an 11 by 16 rectangle. You can use a quick picture to record the partial quotients. Divide 180 by 15. model and divide 180 as 108/10, which they have done over here. Model the first partial quotient by making a rectangle with the 105/10. So you're going to, did they already do that for you? No, you're going to draw your rectangle there by step. So you're going to draw the rectangle, and we're dividing by 15, so how many 10 sticks are we going to put under here? How many 10 sticks are we going to put under there? We're dividing by 15. 5, because I have 10 here, and I need 5 here, so that's 15. Okay, so that took away those 5 and this. So what do we have? So now we have this partial quotient of 10 by 15, right? What is that? 10 times 15. Okay, so how many groups of 15 do we have in this? 10. Okay. Additional groups of 15 cannot be made without regrouping. Regroup 1 10 as 10 ones. So we're going to, this is in your, so you're going to cross out one of these, and you're going to make it into 10 ones. So you can draw little boxes to represent your little cubes. So now I have 2 10 sticks, and I have these 10 ones to put under them. So I have this partial quotient right here of, what did we say it was? 150. And I have this partial quotient over here, that is how many? 2 groups of 15, which is 30, right? And 150 plus 30 is our 180 that we started with. So in step 2, it says there are 2 10s and 10 ones right here after we regrouped. 2 10s and 10 ones after we regrouped. I think I got ahead of myself a little bit. Now it says, decide how many additional groups of 15 can be made with the remaining 10. Okay, so we already did that on our other one, but we'll do it again. Remember, I have 2, and then I have 10 ones. So I can put my 2 10s right here, and then I can do 5 ones under each of them. Okay, so I can make 2 additional groups. Make your rectangle larger by including these groups of 15. So then you'd snug them up like I did in my drawing. Cross out the 10s and 1s you used. So now there are how many groups of 15? We always have how many groups with our rectangle here? 10. And 2 more is 12 groups of 15. So 180, there should be a 5, divided by 15 is 12. So now if we look at this quick draw of 143 divided by 13, they've made rows of 13. So I have 10 of them here. And how many more did they add? 1. So 143 divided by 13 is 11.